Alright, welcome back to another CTR Nitro fueled video. Welcome to the top 10 hardest developer times here on this game. If you guys didn't know, I beat all the developer times a couple of days ago. I have a channel about the final one, the final track, which was Slide Coliseum on the channel. You guys can watch that. I definitely recommend watching the whole series before actually watching this video, because we will talk about the struggles. I will show you guys some clips about me struggling on these tracks, and let's just talk about it. I originally wanted to do a top 5 video because I already did a couple of top 5s in my Grand Prix roundup video, so I wanted to do a top 5 hardest developer times, but there were so many hard tracks that I didn't know which one to actually put in, so I extended it and got a top 10 list. And even the top 10 list, I left out some hard ones which actually deserved a place in this list as well. Of course, it is my opinion. Some of these tracks might have been pretty easy for you guys actually doing the developer times. It is just my personal opinion, and you guys might be surprised of some tracks being in this list. What I will do is I will go through all the tracks, give you guys my hardest developer tracks from 10 to 1, and with every single track I'll tell you guys what went wrong, why it was hard, and I will show you guys a couple of quite funny fails on that track, frustrating moments, and it should be all good. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, in number 10 we got Sewer Speedway. You guys might not have predicted this, expected this to be in the list, but Sewer Speedway was actually a lot more difficult than I expected. I thought, like, I was going into Sewer Speedway with a positive feeling, thinking it would be pretty easy because I beat Velo there as well by quite some time, but playing it, the shortcut is still quite inconsistent. I failed it a couple of times. And then the hazards, bro, don't get me started on the hazards. The barrels are so freaking annoying. I got hit by them like right before actually finishing during the third lap, and it was just so frustrating. I will show you guys some couple of attempts, some couple of frustrating moments on Sewer Speedway. Might still be doable. Not if I lose him right there, though. Oh, motherfreaker, why? Sometimes I do take these pretty well, like I did right now. Oh. Alex, please slow down, bro. In number 9 we have Slide Coliseum, the final track that I did. It wasn't really too difficult. A lot of people think this is like one of the hardest developer time tracks, but not for me. I really had a lot of fun recording the final episode on Slide Coliseum. It took me around 20 attempts, but I can see why it's actually hard. It was quite hard for me as well. The reason is because there's no boost pads, and the jumps you need to perform are really like specific and detailed. You really need to know what you're doing, and some of the jumps over the tires are so freaking annoying. The grass cuts you need to do as well. There's a lot of skill that's involved with doing Slide Coliseum, and that's why it got a spot here on this top 10 list. Alright, the next one might be on all of your guys' lists, and it is Dragon Mines. Do I actually have to say anything about this track? You guys all know why it's difficult. The only difficult part is the shortcut. And I didn't know how to take the shortcut before actually doing this track, so I had to learn it myself whilst doing it, and it was so frustrating, man. I failed it so many times, and once I got it, you still have to nail the jump to jump on top of the track again. It's really annoying. It took me like around 30 to 35 attempts or something, and it was just really frustrating. Even one of my attempts, it was the third lap, I still had the fire. I saw the finish line and I bumped the wall, losing flames, and it was so freaking annoying. Just see it for yourself. Oh my god! No! Oh! Okay, for the next one, I don't really have any rage moments because I did this one off recording, and it is a Crash Cove. Quite a hard track in my opinion. Some of the other YouTubers actually have over 400 attempts. I think it was the Viperian that had over 400 attempts on Crash Cove, and the reason why this one was actually so difficult is because it's only 2 seconds off a world record. 2 seconds! I know 2 seconds on Crash Cove is actually a lot, but still, it's so hard. The ghost doesn't mess up, all the jumps are really specific, you cannot lose flames, and it's really easy to actually lose flames on this track, and you really have to know what you're doing to actually beat the developer on Crash Cove. And luckily I did this one off screen because, I mean, it only took me 15 attempts, but I got annoyed, man. I got so annoyed while doing this, so I'm glad I got it done pretty quickly. In the 6th place spot we have Hyper Spaceway, also some of your guys' hardest tracks. The reason why this one is hard is because you need to keep the blue flames, you need to get used to the U-turning, you need to use it a lot, and it's just really annoying. Going into it, I thought it was gonna be quite easy because I kinda knew how to keep the blue flames, but they kind of forced me to race with the speed driving style, and I'm a drift main, so it was quite difficult for me keeping the flames. I really had to put in some drift boosts where I wouldn't really put any drift boosts in the online races on Hyper Spaceway, but yeah, it's just a really hard track. Wampa Lewis actually struggled with this one as well, and I could feel it, man. I could feel the anger, the frustration, because I went through it as well, and that's why I got a place in the top 10 hardest developer times on this game. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it. How do you not hit that right there? That's good. That's perfect. That's perfect. Come on. How did that happen? No, 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 you gotta be kidding me. In 5th place, this is where we get to the really hard tracks for me, is Hot Air Skyway. Now this one was really annoying. You would think it's kind of the same as Drive Through Danger, and I got Drive Through Danger done in 1 attempt, so this will not be in the list. But Hot Air Skyway, the spiral part, man, it took me a long time to actually get used to it. I never really used the U-turning in the spiral part of the track, but once I got it done, it was a little bit easier. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit easier, but you need to keep the flames and you can easily fall off the track. Hot Air Skyway, just such an enjoyable track to race on if you actually know how to keep the blue flames, and right now, after beating the developers, it's so freaking satisfying. But back then, when actually trying to attempt it, I got so frustrated, man, and whew, definitely one of the hardest tracks, for me at least. The next one, in the 4th place spot, is MEGAMIX Mania, another one which I did off screen because I really didn't want to do it while recording, because I don't really play as well when I'm recording than when I'm not recording, because I need to focus on the commentary as well. And yeah, it wasn't pretty, so I decided to actually do it off screen, and it took me like 20 to 30 attempts, but my goodness is this one hard. The ghost doesn't actually lose flames, he doesn't mess up, and the part with the mines before the finish line, I had to take that one differently than I used to, and it was so annoying actually getting used to how you have to race that final part of the track. I had to go a way I didn't usually go, so it was really annoying. Plus the kind of grass cut, I guess you can say, after the first shortcut, it was really annoying, man. It was so hard to get used to, but I got it done after 20 to 25 attempts or something, so I was really happy when I did it. Alright, here we go, the top 3 hardest tracks. In the third place spot we have Thunderstruck. You guys might not have expected this because Thunderstruck is not really a hard track, but it was for me because I never really held the blue flames for 3 consecutive laps. I always lose because of the barrels, or the, like swinging barrels, I guess you could say, those spiky barrels. The hazards on that track are so ruthless, man, it's really annoying. Plus you can fall off the track, plus you can lose the blue flames easily. You have some very tight spaces on the track as well, and you need to use the U-turning. You need a lot of skill. Everything you learn in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled after playing it for like 8 months to 9 months, you need to use on this track. Plus there's a really hard shortcut which I've never actually able to take, so I did it without using the shortcut. But if I actually knew how to do the shortcut, this one might have been a little bit easier and might have maybe be pushed down to like 5th place or something. Oh my god, I still got it. Okay, perfect. Woo! I know you can take that jump, but I failed doing it. Can I take that shortcut? I cannot take that shortcut. I don't know how you do that. I am so done with this, man. I haven't even made it past lap 2 yet. Alright, in the 2nd place spot, this might be the track you guys thought would be in the 1st place spot. It is Turbo Track. I'm not even gonna say too much about this track. You guys all know why it's really hard. That one specific part where you need to U-turn around the middle of the track there, I always lost flames. A lot of you always lost flames. It was just so hard. Luckily William P kind of messed up right at the end of this track, because otherwise I don't think I would have ever beaten it. I thought it was gonna take me hours. It did take me 40 minutes to 45 minutes to beat, like 87 attempts, and I was getting really annoyed. But I knew it was the hardest one, so I kept going. Even though it took me 87 attempts, I kept going. I didn't really get discouraged because I knew once I got through Turbo Track, once I got done with that track, the hardest part would have been over and behind me. So I kept going, and it's really easy to lose flames because you need to go over the boost pads. Normally you can go over one boost pad and then keep drifting in the perfect side of the boost bar and keep your blue flames. Not on this track, man. You need to go over a boost pad every like 5 to 6 seconds. Yeah, like 5 seconds would be good, because otherwise you will lose flames, and that was the really hard part of this track. I always lose my flames right there. Don't know why. And I lost the flames. So f***ing... Now you guys know I struggled with this one. You guys didn't expect this. Maybe you did expect this if you actually watched the videos. It is Prehistoric Playground. Going into this, I thought it was gonna be really easy. Of course, I did do some hard tracks before actually going into Prehistoric Playground. I think I did Dingo Canyon, which was quite hard as well, but didn't really make the top 10 list here. But I got really frustrated before doing Prehistoric Playground, and gosh dang it, man, the Ghost doesn't mess up at all. He keeps flames, he keeps cutting corners. The only place where you can actually catch up to him is the spiral part on this track, but for some reason my controller always decided to go into a drift boost when I actually just wanted to jump and get some U-turns in. But I couldn't do it. I always bumped the wall, I always fell off the track, and I was so annoyed, man. Even that part with like the first shortcut, where you don't have to hit the boost pad but just have to touch it and then go back onto the track, it was so hard, man. I always bumped the wall, always fell off. I was getting fed up. It didn't really take me as many attempts as Turbo Track, but it was a lot more frustrating because I didn't expect this track to be that hard, and I got kinda caught off guard, and that's why I got really frustrated. and struggled so hard with Prehistoric Playground. I had to do this one off screen, but I have a couple of rage moments on this track, so I will show you guys that right now. You freaking... I mean, come on, I don't wanna... Frick's sake! What the frick was that, bro? I'm gonna give up on this track, man. I need to do an easier track. Why does it drift right? I don't press the drift button. Alright, but that's gonna be it for this top 10 hardest developer times on Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. That is my list, my personal opinion. I really want to know your guys' opinion, so leave your opinion down below in the comment section. Leave your top 10 hardest developer times in the comment section below. We'll talk about it. It's really nice to see and really interesting to see which tracks you guys find hard, like maybe Out of Time would be in your list. It wasn't really on mine because I did it first try. Maybe Deep Sea Driving, Cortex Castle, Oxide Station, all of those are pretty hard tracks, but yeah, for some reason I did really well on those tracks, so it didn't really make the list here. Some of the tracks on this list are like surprising. Sewer Speedway in the 10th place spot. That's really surprising. Prehistoric Playground is a surprise as well, but all the others, they really deserve a spot in the top 10 hardest developer times, and I already knew they were gonna get a spot in the top 10 hardest developer times. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, leave your top 10 down below in the comment section and I will end the video right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like if you want to see more. Then subscribe and I will see you guys in my next video.